Hello everyone, Savari Tech here. This video, I'm gonna show you something related to cybersecurity. It's a request that I've had from many of my viewers. I made a video about keylogger on Windows and how that compromises your security, what you need to watch for and how to prevent that. And a lot of people were wondering if the same thing applies for your phone, whether your phone could be tracked, monitored, and your activities could be being watched. And yes, the short answer to that question is, and today we're going to explore one way that can happen. And just a heads up, disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes. So this is to show you what ways perpetrators could use to infiltrate your phone or compromise your phone. This is not to repeat in any malicious way. So let's get started. We're going to go to Brave. We're going to go to our browser. And when you get to your browser, you're going to sign up for, you're going to go to hoverwatch.com. Once you get to that website, this website allows that service effectively for free. It is usually used by parents to monitor their kids, but sometimes it is abused. So please don't abuse it. And you will sign up using your email, and you'll set a password, and you'll say whether you agree to the terms of service. For me, I already have credentials, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in here. Once you get here, you will see there is a disclaimer. Do not use this product for illegal purposes, and also do understand that you have local laws. So there is instructions, and you can run this either on Android, where the Android device is the one being watched. You can watch Windows devices, or you could do that on a MacBook as well, on a Mac OS device. So for the first thing, you are going to download this app on your Android phone. So I'm gonna show my Android screen right now. Depending on your phone, I do not know how you scan codes, but essentially you will scan the code using your phone camera, and it will open a certain link that will lead you to an APK file. An APK file, since we're teaching here, is basically a setup file to install an application. Most Android users will know what this is because Android users typically tend to know more about their phones. Once you get the APK downloaded, you will open the APK, right? And you will use the package installer. For me, I'm going to do this, install. It's going to be installed on the phone. Google Play Protect will say, give some warnings. This app can spy on your device. Apparently, before you install the app, you need to go to the Google Play Store and you need to disable Play Protect. So for me, I'll go to my settings and click on Play Protect here. And I'm going to tap on the gear icon top right, and I'm going to turn off this. It's going to ask for my credentials, and we're going to try to install it again. So I remember where I downloaded the file. If you don't, you might have to download it again. So I go ahead and click to download the app. I allow external app installs. Install. This is not going to be the same for all of you because every phone is different. Okay, so figure out a way to get the app installed with the APK. But one thing for sure, you need to disable the Play Protecting. So once you're done, you're gonna tap on Open, tap Next, and then you're gonna select a setting. So one of the reasons they make this app as well is for employers to watch employees. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit don't remind me again. Or if an attacker wanted to install this app on your phone, they would hit don't remind me again and then hit ignore. But for me, I kind of want to be reminded about this. So I'm gonna say ignore. And I'm gonna say my kid's device. That's probably the one that will be the most discreet. and I confirm that the user of this device is informed, blah, blah. And a hacker is not going to care about that stuff, but we do. So I have read, I accept. And if you really want to monitor everything, what would you do? You would allow every permission possible on this darn device. So, yep, show badge. This is basically saying turn off the notifications. So you turn off the notifications. That's what a hacker would do. They would turn off those notifications so that the user of the phone doesn't know what's going on. Accessibility service, so they can monitor literally everything, right? Maybe installed services. Yep, you go here, sync service on. Again, all phones are not the same. I keep warning y'all. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Access to notifications, yes. So for everything that you enable, you're enabling it for sync service, right? Which is basically the spy app, which is not a spy app for you guys. It's literally an app so you can learn cybersecurity. Access to usage, everything is gonna go under sync service, right? Overlay permission, okay. Draw over other apps, okay. Disable battery optimization so that it doesn't show the user notifications about, hey, sync service is using a lot of your battery power, and then the user is going to be like, what is sync service? And then they look it up on Google. Next thing you know they're being spied on. So that's what a hacker would do. So now we're being asked to enter our credentials. I'm going to enter the credentials that you used for your website app, right? So I log in, I hit activate. And once that happens, obviously you would not save that. Device activities to track. A hacker would select everything, right? So we'll say allow every single thing. And then as you can see, as I do this live, you can see it's already monitoring on the web portal, right? So let's see. Location on, allow all the time. Okay. Next. Be careful about this page. This is what they're saying. They're saying like, if you leave anything unchecked here, you can't check them on later. So you would check everything, all activities. You guys are probably seeing a lot of blacked out parts of my screen because this is a literal real case scenario of a phone. So I don't want you guys to be seeing that person's phone, which is basically the company's phone actually. So protect application by PIN. We're going to select a PIN. We're going to select a PIN, right? And a hacker would hide the application icon because, I mean, the user would see that and they would say, what is Hoverwatch? So hit next, finish installation. So once you're finished here, so this phone is now being watched. So as you can see, the location, if you click on the location page, you would see, I'm gonna black out everything, sorry guys, because there's so much compromising information here. I can see where the phone is. Obviously you see the screen is blurred for you or blacked out. I can see the calendar of the user. You can go to contacts. I think some of those take some time to load. You can come here and click on chat screenshots. It would show you what the person, it's taking screenshots of every time you go to an app. You could watch the microphone if there is a call. And let's go to reports again. So here, what we just saw is a selfie of me. I didn't even realize that happened. We're seeing text messages. It's reading the text messages that were sent. So this will take a while for it to fill up the reports, but as you leave this on the phone, it will update with all the information it is grabbing. You can filter the location by date. You can see where was this person in that date range. You can select that date range and click apply. You can click on yesterday, last 7 days, you'll get a report for all of those. There is a picture. This is a picture someone sent on to the phone on WhatsApp, and it has it just transfers all kinds of information. And if you look at the top here, you will see a record for a phone call that was made, and there it gives you the phone number, how long was the call, and you can click on play audio. All right, we got a phone call going. All right, and it'll show you everything. It'll tell you everything that person was saying. All right, we got a phone call going. So now we're in this situation. How do you protect yourself when you're caught in a situation like this? Because that's the whole purpose of the video, is showing you what can happen to you right now on your phone. This might be on your phone right now. How do you protect yourself? Well, short answer is resetting your phone, okay? If you feel like you've been compromised, the first thing you should consider is resetting your phone. However, you shouldn't do it in panic mode. If you feel like you're being watched, the last thing you should do is just go panic and then start deleting everything. That you're going to be the one who's losing at this point. So what you should do is you should try to back up your data. So if you have an Android phone, you would get a USB thumb drive or an SD card, and you would send all your photos, everything you can back up to that SD card. The reason I say SD card and not another computer or upload it to some drive is because, as you can see, we're seeing everything here. So the last thing you want to do is connect more accounts to this compromised device. Once you connect to the SD card or the thumb drive, you will transfer all your material, and you will make sure you have disconnected all sorts of wireless connection. That will be your Wi-Fi. It will be your network. I will pull out my SIM card. If you feel you're in a situation where you're compromised, pull out the SIM card out of the phone. If it's an eSIM, then just send the phone to airplane mode and go somewhere, physically go somewhere that there is very little chance of having cellular service or Wi-Fi in that area. And that will isolate you. And the reason for that is so you can proceed with the resetting of the phone without the hacker doing extra steps that could kind of like enable persistence on the phone, so that like if you restart it, if you reset the phone, they can still watch you. So on my phone, if I wanted to reset it, I'm going to show you my screen right now. I would go to you could just search reset, and you would go to the system settings, right? Reset phone, not all settings. Settings are not going to help you. And you will read through it, and you would click on reset phone at the very bottom. And anything that's on the phone, pull out your SD card and your thumb drive before you do that. Anything that's on the phone, it would reset it, right? And after you reset the phone, very, very important, once you reset the phone, you do not log in with any accounts that were on that phone, okay? You have to start from scratch. My recommendation would be start new accounts. If you're a beginner at this, you would start with new accounts. If you are technically savvy, clean the accounts first. So you would go on another new device. The reason for the other new device is because the hacker doesn't compromise your same device again, right? On that new device, I would change the password. And a lot of services have an option where you can say log out from all devices. I would click that option after I reset the password, and I would do that for every account that was on that device. As for your SIM card, if you have to use it again, I would go to your cell company and say, hey, I was hacked. I was wondering if you guys could take a look at this and see if the number is cloned or if it's being used elsewhere. Then look, every password you've ever used on that phone, change all of them. Every pin, don't ever use any of them again. And if you have an account that's not useful that you can change it. And then the files that you backed up on that SD card, don't put that SD card on your phone yet. Go to that SD card connect it to a blank computer, one that nobody's using. Likely you'll want to use a live system. There's videos on my channel on how to create a live Linux. And you will take all your files one by one, and you would go to this website, VirusTotal. This is what I would do. And you would drop every file one by one on this website. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to drop this picture here, confirm upload. So drop your files, and it's going to scan it for viruses and stuff like that. So it says undetected, which means this file is clean. Obviously it's clean because we didn't compromise it or anything like that. It's going to run through many databases to tell you if this is compromised or not. Unfortunately, you cannot drop multiple files. I just tested this right now. So you're going to have to drop every file one by one, and whichever files that are uncompromised, you would put them on a folder, say clean files. And do that for the files you absolutely need, like really important pictures, text files with secure codes. If your phone was compromised, it's likely that either you went on a website you were not supposed to go, or someone had physical access to your phone. So most importantly is preventing it. Okay, I just showed you guys how to evade. Now I'm going to show you how to prevent. To prevent, you need to put a pin on your phone. The pin should not be repeated numbers, like you type 000. That's a bad pin. They can see it repeated easily. If you have Face ID, make sure that you go to your Face ID settings and activate attention, especially iPhone users, so that the phone only unlocks when you're looking at it. Only use your PIN in public or by people, your PIN or password, when you have to. If you don't have to, just use your fingerprint, because when you use your PIN or your password, people can see it and they can do what they call over-shoulder hacking. They just see what you type, wait till you put the phone down, and then you type it later. I'll leave the rest to your intuition. I had a lot of fun making this video, and last step, guys, don't forget to subscribe, please. I go through a lot trying to put this video together for you guys. And how do you remove the Overwatch app on your phone? Let's figure this out together. We're gonna go here and we're gonna go to the settings, and we're gonna say stop device monitoring. Once we do that, it's gonna stop the logs from coming online. The second option is delete device. It's not really you're deleting anything on the phone in and of itself. You're deleting the data you have on this portal. Wow, that's crazy. It even shows what I typed in the settings app when I went to reset it. So that's something for you to consider. This is why I say disable your Wi-Fi before you in your any connection before you do that, because the hacker can figure out, oh, he's gonna try to reset his phone or something like that. The contacts finally loaded. As I said, the more you use this, the more information will drop on there. Okay, so how to do that on the phone side? You would go to your settings and you would go to your apps. You would look for the app called Sync Service. I already tried doing that. So Sync Service, and once you get to that, you're gonna force stop it first. Okay, that forces it to not keep you from uninstalling it, and you're gonna hit uninstall. Okay, this is something you would do too as evasive maneuver if you knew what it was, but when you're hacked, you don't really know how you're hacked and then like when it's happening, so you would just disable everything later. And then after you do that, even me right now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to reset that phone clean, because it was synchronized to some portal, and that is a lot of compromising data to be shared. So this is it, guys. The one way you can thank me and encourage me is to subscribe to this channel and like this video and share it. And again, this is for ethical awareness, to show you how to evade. And because a lot of times when they say, yeah, your phone can be hacked, a lot of people think, can they really hack my phone? Like, how would they do that? I would know, because it would I would see the person watching my screen. You would not. As you can see, there's a lot of proof here that a lot of information was being shared, and if you own that phone, you wouldn't know. So this is it, guys. See y'all in the next video.